This is WMBD News on the Record.
Good evening and welcome to WMBD News on the Record. I'm Shabnam Dinesh. It's where local leaders get candid and big issues get broken down on the record. A local professor is trying to make the jump from the classroom to Congress. Joe Albright teaches at Bradley University and graduated from there too. And he's challenging longtime Congressman Darren LaHood in Illinois' 16th Congressional District. But does he have a path to victory? And joining us right now is Joe Albright. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you, Shabnam, for having me.
So let's start with your decision to run. What motivated you to challenge a long-serving incumbent like Darren LaHood?
I didn't feel represented. I was talking to my wife when we came out of the voting booth, and there was just one choice, and it was Darren, and I felt like there should be more choices for the people of this district. Like I said, I don't feel represented. I'm hearing from people all over the district that they don't feel represented, so that was my reason for joining.
And you're running as a Democrat, and you're running to represent a district that is largely rural, conservative, and working class.
Yes.
So what do you see as the biggest issue facing voters in the 16th district right now, and how would your approach differ from Congressman LaHood's?
Well, obviously the economy. Everybody's worried about the economy. They're worried about their health care, and they're worried about education. And so it's those three areas primarily that I'm looking to go in a different direction than LaHood is doing.
Can you talk a little bit more about your views on the economy?
Well, the economy, first of all, I teach economics. Tariffs are not really a good tool, and if they are used, it should be for a very short duration, very laser focused, right? Trade is the best way to have a good economy, and he's on the Ways and Means Committee. He looks over tariffs. He should know better, and so I would look for better trade policies that doesn't alienate our allies.
And I want to move on also to health care. Of course, it's a top priority for many, especially those who are on Medicaid.
Yeah.
The local hospitals here, it's around 25% depends on Medicaid reimbursements. So what specific changes would you propose that could make a difference for families in this district? Well,
health care needs to be available and affordable to all, okay? And I'm for a more universal healthcare approach, and something that again is available to all working class, and regardless of income, regardless of status. Farmers right now, you know, I've had farmers come up to me and tell me that they're concerned about their health care. I have family on Medicaid, and they're afraid of losing their coverage. I used to sell insurance years ago, and I worked primarily with senior citizens, and it's tough for them. They're all on fixed incomes. So for them to be able to afford insurance, to leave them out in the cold is unheard of. I was fortunate enough to have good insurance through Caterpillar, but not everybody has that. And so if they get hit with something catastrophic, it could cost them their entire livelihood. Yeah. Not to mention it's bad on the economy, because then hospitals and everyone else has to absorb those costs.
Right, it's a big pool, and
yes,
we're all chipping in. And of course, before we go, this is probably the first time many of our viewers are getting to know you. So in a sentence or two, just tell us about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Chillicothe. I was born in Princeton. I've lived most of my adult life in Peoria. I was, like I said, an insurance agent here in Peoria. I was a police officer at Bradley. I got my degree at Bradley. I now live in Germantown, so I'm a local guy. My family's been in this district for about 175 years, so we're very much District 16.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of you on the campaign trail. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short break.